Hey guys, Hobo here. I wanted to do a video about top 10 things that really suck about being homeless. Strangely, being homeless and living in a tent, sleeping outside, that is not on my list of things that suck about being homeless. It doesn't affect me. It's not bad, living outside. Just not something that bothers me. But I got 10 things, so we'll go down the list. We'll start with 10. And work our way down, sort of like a top 10 type deal. I guess the number 10 is no one to talk to. Too much alone time, really. Last week I was talking to my homeless neighbor down there, Isaac, and he agrees. It's too much time alone, and you've got to be okay with being alone. You've got to be okay with yourself, if you're going to be in this situation. And one way or the other, you get used to it. I listen to audiobooks, music. If I ever have money, I'll get like Netflix and stuff, and download some movies at the library and watch them over the next couple of days. It kind of helps cut down on that. But society kind of if you're homeless, you're kind of outside of society, and so it's kind of it's lonely, honestly. But since there's nothing you can do about it, if you're homeless, you can't really do anything about it anyway, so you just kind of move on. Number 9 is odors. Odors, I'm a fairly fastidious person overall. I try to keep clean as much as possible, try to wash my hands frequently. I hate when getting like grime underneath my fingernails, stuff like that. But mostly it's odors, you don't really get to do laundry as often as you would like. I do hobo baths, stuff like that. I'll go to a family restroom at Walmart or library or wherever, and I carry a wash rag and some bottled soap, and I'll just kind of get the main areas and try to keep clean that way. It's difficult. Your clothes start smelling and you don't realize you get nose blind to it, and so that really sucks. Number 8 is going to be hot food. You don't have any money, so you've got food stamps, and you got to make the food stamps last, but hot food, even just the ability to take a couple of bucks and go into a fast food joint or something and grab a dollar menu drink and maybe a burger or something like that. That's nice because, if it's cold, it gets you out of the cold. If it's hot, it gets you out of the heat. And you get to kind of feel normal for a little bit. You can, if they've got, outlets, you can charge your devices, and you can just feel normal for maybe an hour, if they're not too, most people don't, if you don't look homeless, then they're not going to really give you a hard time. Number 7, you become forgotten. Friends, family, over time, if you're homeless for 6-8 months or something, that was just a phase. That's, but Tom, he's working through some stuff. But if it lasts longer, if you come and you start fulfilling the chronically homeless role, then it's like you've made a choice, and there's really no choice. But people kind of start thinking of it as you making a choice to be homeless, and you get kind of locked into that place, and you start losing touch with people because I don't know, it's kind of like people that are homeless on the street, you just kind of pretend, you look the other way, you don't want to see that. And so the same goes for, friends, family, whatever. You just stop becoming visible, you know. Next on the list is dirt and mud. uh, you know, I set my tent up here a couple of days ago, and already at the beginning, at the entry portion of it, I've got like dirt all over, and I can't, you can't control that. Once it starts raining a lot more, which it's bound to do, it is Oregon, it's Pacific Northwest, you're going to get rain and therefore mud. And normally, like last winter, winter, fall, spring, and winter, or fall, winter, and spring, I just keep my boots at the beginning part of the tent. It got kind of muddy, but there's nothing you can do about it. Yeah, but you're always fighting the mud, Like normally when, I'll get out of this area that I'm in, and I'll get onto, there's like a sidewalk up there with some grass. I'll walk through the grass just to try to clean my shoes a little bit. It's a struggle, really. It is what it is. Let's see, 5, cleanliness. You're never clean, kind of goes in the same category as odors, but not as much. Like even though I do hobo baths a pretty good amount, pretty frequently, there's just this grime that builds up on your arms, your legs, your shoulders, everything. And no matter how many hobo baths I do, there's parts of my body that I'm not getting, and it's like, even like if I get a little bit of just a little bit of dirt, not really even dirt, but just dust almost on my sleeping pad, and I sleep on it, like I start developing like grime on my body, and it's not super visible, and it's not like having a shower every day. Hobo bath is doing the basics, and basically you're not able to rinse really, just kind of wiping. Hopefully you're getting it away. You're doing, the bare minimum really, and that gets old. Let's see, 4, trash. I've got, I guess I'm not like most homeless folk. A lot of homeless folk just kind of, I don't know, they bag up trash or just throw it in their camp spot or whatever. I like having a clean campsite. I don't like attracting any kind of animals. Like I've got a bag. Anytime I leave like a grocery store, I'll double bag. If they have paper bags, I'll double bag it and bring my groceries home in that, and then home to my tent, right? And then I'll use that for trash, and I'll pack it out and throw it in a dumpster, throw it in a garbage can, public garbage can or whatever. And that helps kind of keep my whole area clean and rodent free. Because once they develop an active nest near you, you're not getting any sleep, and there's no real way to get rid of them. Let's see, 3. I don't know which one I'm at. Anyway, so I guess down the list 3 is going to be worrying about the Scotus ruling. They've made it so that just sleeping on public lands is, they can fine you, they can arrest you, whatever, made it illegal. The problem with that is it doesn't really solve the problem. It just makes a whole lot of people stressed out, Sure, people aren't going to be sleeping on sidewalks. They're going to be, going out to fields and things like that. But it's a stressor. I think in a lot of ways they made that ruling to get rid of these homeless encampments, the tent cities and stuff. But it's still a fear, just because though, even though I'm kind of out here doing my own thing, keeping a clean campsite and stuff like that, not really bothering anybody. Like, if like a cop comes up to me and asks me like, where am I sleeping? Am I gonna lie? Because I think lying to a cop is like, bad news. I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna say I'm homeless. Living out there. Where are a good answer is, I guess, where are you living? Wherever I can. That's a good answer, right? But it's still stressful, because 3 months ago it wasn't. 4 months ago it wasn't illegal. It was just frowned upon. I guess now it's we can put you in jail. And I guess, like, let's say they did fine me, I wouldn't be able to pay the fine, and I guess I'd have to go to jail, right? What do I do with my stuff? Like, once I go to jail, do I come out and I don't have any shit, I don't have any gear? Like, what do I do? It's not solving the problem. It's just creating a lot of stress and anxiety for people trying to get by, Criminalizing the homeless, man. Crazy. Let's see. Number 2 on the list is, it's very difficult to affect change in your life. More so difficult than if you're in an apartment or something like that. It's, you have to kind of either use a fake address or use an address, if you want to use an address to get a job or get benefits or anything. You have to, general delivery, everything's a lot harder, staying clean for a job, that's difficult. Maintaining, like, I was able to do laundry last week, and I've got, I don't know, 20 pairs of underwear, briefs, plenty of socks, but then I'm re-wearing, the same shirt every day for a week, same pants every day, until it just gets untenable to wear. But just going in society and trying to affect change in your life is very difficult, whether it's to get a job or to make any changes. It's just life. It's like comparing, I don't know, like, I've been poor enough days in my life, and I've gotten jobs before where I couldn't afford, like, to get a pair of pants that I could wear that would, like, if they wanted black pants and I didn't have any black pants, like, well, maybe I can find maybe I can go to the pantry or something and pick up something. If they don't have black pants, what do I do? Do I get, like, dark blue pants? What if I don't have, like, non-skid shoes for working in a kitchen or something? It's like everything's that much harder, and everything takes that much longer to, like, if you want to go to the pantry, you got to plan a day of it. It's not a in and out kind of thing, like going into Walmart, so it's harder. Number 1 on the list of things that really suck about being homeless, the despair. There's a fair amount of despair with being homeless. The thing is you're that much closer to rock bottom. If you've got an apartment or a place, you got a car. If you got an apartment and you got a car, well, guess what? Something happens to your apartment, you can always live in your car. There's options. But when you're homeless, like, something happens to your tent, your gear, you can't keep warm. They talk about all these places that are like shelters and things like that have these weird rules and limited amount of things that you can carry into the shelter. It's not realistic. And so when you're out and about here, and if something goes wrong, I remember I was in Franklin, Tennessee, out there, and I cut myself really bad. Like, I gashed a big part of my my hand, and I'm just sitting out there. I'm grabbing at everything that I can to keep the blood from going, and I'm like, I'm out in the middle of the woods, like, I don't know, a couple hundred feet to get to the road, and I'm like, well, what am I gonna do? It was like everything's that much closer, everything's that much more raw, and you prepare as much as you can. Like, I've got a box full of tuna, really, basically, like 20 packs of tuna, mayonnaise, But if I don't have that, then I guess I've got the pantries to go to and things like that. And it's just hard, It's like trying to look forward. Like I'm dealing with depression in a real way, and it's just very difficult to plan a life around that. Um, it's not that I'm feeling bad. It's just that my brain chemicals imbalance in my head. It's just it plans the day for me, really. Like some days, like I don't even have the energy to move, and other days when I do, it's not enough energy to kind of get out there and sort of get motivated, have the fortitude, have the ability to move on, to get out of this situation. The despair is that I'm stuck here, and that this is the best that life is going to get for me. That kind of sucks. Anyway, that's my 10 most sucky things about being homeless. I hope your road's a good one, and if you're homeless, I hope it doesn't suck for you. Hobo Yeti signing off.